What's good, gamers? Right, we are back. This is the build we're using. We're using a straight sword build. I got that bottom relic the other day, which is the HP restoration on straight swords. It's obviously got physical uppers on it as well, so we're using the successive tally with a discover straight swords. We're going to see if we can make a little bit of a fun build. Something a little bit different today. We are going to try and... So we're going to try. I have a bunch of questions that you lot have asked, and I keep forgetting to answer a lot of them. So today, what we're going to do, as soon as I've got through this camp, we're going to, throughout the expedition, I'm just going to answer some of the questions that you guys have, because that way I can make sure I'm getting back to you. Yeah, so we're going to do it. Oh. I don't know why I took that skill off. We'll take it for now. Right, let's have a look at the first question. I have got them all in a document. Okay, so the first question was by FrogXDeliver, one of the chads on YouTube. I mean, these are all going to come from YouTube. Does increased skill attack buff the Moonlight Greatsword? So yeah, it buffs the bullet. So if you have a Moonlight Greatsword and you have skill attack ups in your inventory, the actual bullet out of the R2, once you buff it, obviously the L2 doesn't really do anything, but once you buff the Moonlight Greatsword with its L2 button and you get that frost projectile, it does get buffed by skill attack power-ups. Next one we have is from another one of the chads, Goth Waffle. They have asked, what is the damage percentage of the improved incantations +2? So I'll go through all of them because it makes sense to do it. Basically, improved incantations +2 gets buffed by 10%. The 0 variant gets buffed by 5%, and then the +1 gets buffed by 8.5%. Now, all of these do stack with themselves, and they do stack together. So you could have, 3 times improved incantations +2, and you would get like a 30% damage increase. But it's actually more than 30%, but you know what I mean. Because obviously how the buffs work. But yeah. So yeah, that's I'm so glad that just did that. I was about to get one tapped. Hey, the way she can dodge your the grappling hook. Once we took the Duchess out, I'll jump into another question. Good blade OP. Cool. Right, the next one is from the A Bag of Radiation, absolute base name. It's Thunderbolt there if anyone wants it. The next one is I tried this build on Wylder, and it reaches nowhere near the attack power that mine reaches, even when I have 10 stacks. I don't have any physical attack relics of those, so the solution, probably my damage, compared to yours, is there any reason why? So yeah, so what he's talking about the Dregs build, Dregs of Seppuku that I use on Wylder. And basically, it will be a lot down to the successive damage that you... successive damage. It will be down to not having any physical damage, physical attack buffs on your damage. We're going to take that. We don't care about that straight sword. The reason being, so if you have, let's say, a physical attack +3 or a physical attack +4, a +3 gives you a 10.5% damage increase. Where am I going? +10 gives you a 10.5%. A +3 gives you a 10.5% damage increase, and then the +4 gives you a 12% damage increase. So if you can imagine, if you've got 3 times attack, physical attack +4s, it's like 36% damage increase. We could probably do. Did he have Sacred Order or Shared Order? No, they're not going to want to do that, are they? Don't buy frames there, unless he does his bullshit there. So yeah, so if you have, physical attack +4 3 times on your deep relics, you're already starting with a 36% damage increase. So if you imagine you got 36% damage increase on, let's say, like you've got a 200 AR greatsword, already that's going to work out to like, it'll probably be, closer to like, I mean, I'm trying to do the maths in my head here, but it's going to be about 270, 280 AR because of how buffs work in Night Rain. Now, if you want to know more on how like buffs work, because it's obviously like multiplicative, go and watch this video here. I will put it on screen, but obviously I'm doing this live, so it'll be on screen somewhere. I'm pointing to the screen, but yeah, it will be on screen at some point. But yeah, so that will be a big part of it, not having the physical buffs on your weapon, on your deep relics. But most of your damage is going to come from passives in the run. So your physical attack ups, your melee attack ups, your attack powers up full, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that will be why. Next question we have is from one of the chads. He's actually a mod on the channel, Jakku. He's just a red main camp. Might have to concentrate here first. Jakku songs. You've all probably seen Jakku. He's in most of the channels that you're probably aware of for Night Rain. Basically, he's talking about my Dex, the Dex Arcane Vigor Endurance build I've got for Executor, which was the previous video before this one. I have explained this, gone over this build before. Basically, he's asked, with the Arcane Loss detriment, you have a Dex and Arcane Relic boost at the cost of Vigor. Do you still gain Vigor and Arcane? So overall, what you actually gain is 12 Dex and up there 6 Endurance. And you lose out on I think it's like 1 Vigor. So obviously the relic that you're using for the Vigor, the Arcane Dex, you do lose out on 1 Vigor overall. Right, okay, he's not going to move now, so let's just take him out. I'll come back to that question. I want to hit the... Cool. Get this for the Executor. Based. Quick take this guy. Whoa, 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 what was that? No point trying to parry him. I was going to take that over that. Yeah, I will come back, bro. What is this Executor doing, bro? We'll take jump attacks just in case we don't get right, let me concentrate, guys, and I'll come back to the question. We'll start again. This is not good. Right, what's on this? Excessives. Okay, get ready. Let me go and use the Grace. Okay, level 7. Straight sword, that's what we want. Perfect. Right, let's go and do castle. Back to the question of what JQ mentioned. Right, so basically what he's talking about is on my Executive build, I have a bigger Endurance Relic, the stat changing relic, and then I also have the Dex Arcane Relic. With these relics on, they basically change the Executive stats. You end up losing 2 Vigor and 4 Arcane, basically. That's what you lose. Parry, I'm going to ult. I should be able to just keep spamming here. Cool. You end up losing 2 Vigor and 4 Arcane. Okay, that is perfect. You want it? Yeah, I'll take it if you don't want it. I do need the straight swords, but it's fine. I'd rather a 60 than a 40. So yeah, as I was saying, overall with both those relics on, if you have them on the deep relics, you end up losing 2 Vigor and 4 Arcane, but you gain like 12 Dexterity and like 6 Endurance. Was it Trolls? No. 6 Endurance, which obviously overall I think is worth it. Now, if you have these relics on the base relic, or at least the bigger one on the base relic, you don't actually lose Vigor. You end up gaining like, it's like about 2 Vigor. So yeah, it all depends on where you're having them, basically. I mean, we basically won now. We got because of Blood Executor. Still no straight swords. We're going to take that though. Get rid of that for now. Better. Let's just use it. Base Executor. Okay, that's perfect. We'll take that over that. Next thing we'll do is we get another straight sword. We'll drop our Wylder sword, although we are getting like 400 AR when we're, especially if playing someone like Executor as well. Max HP. Take all these ones. Stunt broke nerd. Next question is actually a pretty good one. It's a good one to know, actually. Okay, 2 armaments is what we want because we want to buff our damage. We'll take it over that Executor or Duchess. Okay, so the next question we have is from Black Origin Threshold 7126. Again, all these are from the YouTube comments. So they have asked. We should protect ourselves, but we've not got to get rid of really. We don't need successives and taking damage, I don't think. So sorry, I'm dying. They have asked, who uses the Halo slot best? Recluse or the Duchess? Or is it Rev? This one's actually a bit tricky to answer, but basically, most of the time, Duchess is going to be the better choice because she doesn't need like many relics to make her strong with that particular setup. For the Recluse, you obviously need 2 Balancer relics. What weapon's that? You know what? No, it's fine. 2 Balancer relics. You need the relic that inflicts blood loss to give her a damage boost. Then you also need a Dex relic on, and then, you know, so you need a lot of relics to get her into a decent position to be able to use the Halo slot efficiently. Now, if you was to have, you know, put both of them in the perfect scenario, the Recluse would actually out-damage the Duchess by quite a lot. So, you know, if you had, like, her relic on that inflicts blood loss, Lord of Bloods, blood loss gives you 20% attack power, you know, all the things with the Halo Scythe and all that stuff on top of it, then yeah, the Recluse would out-damage her. But, of course, to get her to that point, you need a lot more RNG, basically, to get to that point. So, overall, perfect scenario, the Recluse would actually be better, quite a lot better as well. You probably get way more damage out of it. But realistically, Duchess is always going to be the better choice. And last question, I mean, there's loads more questions, but last question for this video. Give me a second. Yeah, so last question is from Mr. Zephyr Jones. He said, your voice is irritating. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, but yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry for being alive, I guess. My bad. Next time, when God's creating me, I'll change my voice to something different. Hopefully that helps. Right, cool. Yeah, so... Okay, we'll take that. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the question time. I will try and make this a regular thing. It's just, yeah, it's remembering basically. That's what it is, to remember to put questions somewhere where I can actually read them. And yeah, I do try, I mean, as most of you probably already know, I do try and answer the questions as, you know, as soon as possible. But sometimes you get so many comments that, yeah, you don't actually get a chance to go through all the questions you've got. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed that, gang. Now let's back to the run. Now we do need to find the straight swords. We're obviously going to use that now as well. Oh, can you? I didn't realise you could double buff with last rights. That's good to know. That is great to know if you had a straight sword with like shared order on and last rights. Missed him. This latency is wild. Hate the ground where he is. Oh, bro, you got nothing better to do? Missed. Me bomba. Fire. Cool. I guess we can go and do that, maybe. A bit far, but that is a straight sword, but I don't like it. I don't like that straight sword, so we'll give that to the executor, maybe. I'll take that, please. Who wants that? That's insane. That's like what? 32% damage increase if we get another straight sword. Which does not get another straight sword now. It might be worth going to this fire camp to get one. Again, you all know the tip here. Jump on the fence. Don't try and mess with the model of the weapon, of the chariots. Just, yeah, give yourself an easier time. Fire straight sword is what we want, of course. That's not a fire straight sword. There, if anyone wants it. We should have kept that bloody Warhawk, tell him. Ooh, perfect. That is ideal. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a straight sword. Sorry, exactly that. We'll probably get rid of this damage negation at 40. We don't need 40 and 32. And it gives us a space for a better passive, basically. Unless we get rid of this straight sword, of course. Yeah, that's not a great circle at all. That is not good. rolled that. Or at least I pressed a roll. Aura farms. Oh, bro, I'm getting rubber banded here. It's that bad. Where's my castle, I guess. You know what? We're feeling generous. Why not? Oh yeah, we obviously now get to see this HP restoration nonsense that we've got on our build. And the thing about this is we've got madness on our relics. Madness when fighting Gnoster, if you get caught in the poison, such a pain. Okay, 513, it's not bad. We'll do more damage when we eventually get successives going. Oh, you know what? I just realised I've got successives on and I've got the glass necklace on. That's not good. 394. Okay. So should have got him out of that, surely. Unlucky dude. Two-handing. Dragonkin. We'll take the physical ups. We're going to take that over successives. Purely for the glass necklace. Yeah, obviously it takes a lot more for the glass necklace to work if you've got other successive buffs on. No issue. We still haven't got a decent... I mean, we've got a decent straight sword, it's not what we want. Anyone wants that? Getting buffed quite a lot. So we got 2 armaments there. So we got like 32 there, plus 15, plus a 10 there. Damage negation at 4, which will probably drop for someone over the next passive that we get. If it's a decent passive, worth it, obviously. Who are we fighting? Draconic, that's good. 376, it's not bad. Bro, what's that? Some animation skip. No, ult him. Just try and snowball as fast as possible. Second phase. Okay, 451. That halo. Halo. I should have took that halo for myself, to be fair, for the melee. No stamina. Okay, 451. We're getting quite a bit of health damage boosted. Veterans. Then I want it. Physical up again. 700. Bro, what is that? Why are you hitting me? That is not very kind. Well, you know what? We'll take that. We got the health. We don't need that damage negation at 40. I like Jiha. He seems happy. Seems like a happy guy. Seems whimsical. I was trying to backsell, of course. Cool. I wasn't going to do that, I guess, if we've got time. Oh, how do we say no to that? Can't get rid of that one because damage negation at 4. Right. It's a bit better. I think it's more physical than the Blast Rights, whatever that one is called. Golden Epitaph. So obviously it's better for Wylder. I'm gonna use my ult just to get rid of it. Oh, it's the shield guy. I got stance break. Got a stance break from straight swords. But give me a fire straight sword with resistances. I don't know why it does that. Like it started me from somewhere different. Anything? Oh shit! Get wrecked, you little nugget. Oh, you know what? You could have lived. You could have went home to see your family, but instead you decided violence was the way. I'll give these to my teammates. But alas, the reason I'm not healing because we've obviously got the HP recovery on snap straight swords. I think it only happens on maybe the first attack. So watch out, both of you. I'm gonna stance break maybe. Yeah, it only happens on I think maybe the first attack, or at least the first like few successions of the attack. You're not break him like that. I've just gone for it. Thought you could break him like that, not gonna lie. I should probably see how much. Oh, we need. There we go, good lock. I don't know if I was close enough to get that though. At this, if you didn't know, you can basically just jump that. I think you might obviously have to be not right directly underneath it. But... Okay, 570, 357. That's not bad. 800 AR. No total. They're both magic, so we get 8% damage increase. Yeah, the madness could be a problem from the. You get caught in the poison mist. It's basically GG. This mist is fun. 564. Okay, it's base. That's fine. Got no sleep pots though. But let's be honest, it's not going to last long anyway, is it? Watch out, watch out, watch out. I'm going to hit him because you might be able to rot him. Oh, I must have an action done that. Okay, we're not going to heal, obviously, because we've got straight swords. I like fighting him from this angle. Didn't rot him. That's fine. Okay, that just took aggro. That's good. That is very good. Oh, he's already got a bubble on. Coming for me. That's okay. Run towards him, run to the right, and you don't really ever get hit, so... stamina recover. The only problem with straight swords. That's why the Undertaker is generally the best to use on them, because obviously you get the full 2 stamina bars. They're not going to last long, at least. Let's just... We're not ult, fuck it. Yeah, the ult did nothing. Yeah, reached in there. So far we're no hitting. It's not hard to no hit these bosses, let's be honest. Especially when you got skill builds. Gonna move out the way so we can call it a no hit. Oh, GG friends, very good. Well done both. Good shit. That was very fun. I'd like to use this on my Dregs build, but I never find it. I guess we could just run straight swords and find it on Dregs. Do so much damage with Wylder with that. Because obviously it's got like a decent quality scale. I think it's got an arcane scaling as well, that has, isn't it? I say it's got a decent quality scale. I think it's like a B dex and a C strength maybe. And then like your arcane, which whatever that is. But yeah, you could, with a skill build and that, you do so much damage. That was fun. Oh, FP on Fist. Oh, you know what? That'd be great for the Grafted Dragon. Don't know if it would work like that, but it'll be great. We're going to keep it. We'll see if we can try it out. Oh, look at that from my sorcery build. Sorcery Warder. Going to keep that. That would actually be pretty good for the Guardian, but I've got a physical with Dex up, so there's no point. Straight swords with physical. So